Hey, it's Quest for Gear. Today we are playing with the Fostex multitracker X3-R because I have all these 4-track tapes from when I was a young lad from the 90s, mid-90s, where I 4-tracked a bunch of my crappy songs. Get boxes and boxes of these tapes, and so do my friends. And looks like I'm going to have to shut my email down because although it is 10:46 p.m. at night, people do not leave me alone. So just ignore the weird camera pan as I stall you because I have to shut my email down. All right. So if you watch my video about wanting a 4-track, I spent about 3 days researching this with ChatGPT. I said, ChatGPT, I need 4 discrete outputs to get my 4 tracks off the tapes. I want my 4 tracks into Reaper discreetly. A lot of 4 tracks can't do that, which is a crying shame and completely stupid if you ask me. But a lot of 4 tracks will not output the 4. Lucky this machine does it very well. I also said to ChatGPT, I want to play the speeds back at the same speed that I recorded them with my other Fostex, which I believe was an X26. And I was unable to satisfy that requirement. So this one plays back very fast. Just let you hear it going into Reaper here really quick. But it's not a big deal. After I'm done recording the tracks, I'll just show you that I've done some. After I'm done recording the tracks in Reaper, you just come over to rate and literally drop that to 0.5, and my songs end up coming out pretty much in the key that I recorded them with 25, 30 years ago. So, yeah, I only spent 2 or 3 days researching this. It cost me $400 Canadian, and I found a buyer out of Japan. And I thought to myself, here's a guy out of Japan, the great honorable nation of Japan. Who can you trust with anything if not Japan? Why, if I had a bunch of pearls in a harbor, I would trust the Japanese with my pearls in a harbor, because why not? They're a trustworthy people. You can trust them with your pearls in a harbor. So I bought a 4-track from a Japanese man on Reverb who had 30 of these, and he said he tested it. Well, lo and behold, the dirty dog forgot to test the fast forward button because it doesn't work too well. So maybe I can't trust the Japanese with my pearls in a harbor, if you know what I mean. Maybe they're not the honorable people that we thought they were on Reverb. But anyway, today the fast forward button is working okay. So you're saying, well, what are you talking about? Well, yesterday the fast forward button wasn't working. What's the difference? Well, the difference is yesterday was Sunday and today's Monday, and I haven't done nothing to this 4-track. I haven't done crap to this 4-track to make the fast forward work. So I emailed our good Japanese friend saying, look, bud, this was 400 Canadian. You said you tested it. The fast forward button isn't working so hot. And he must be on vacation because he's not getting back to me. Just no answer. So I'm not sure I would trust my Japanese friend with my pearls in a harbor. At any rate, I'm going to have to, when I sell this, because I wouldn't do that to somebody, when I sell this on Reverb, I'm going to have to very specifically say, look, the fast forward button is glitchy. It doesn't always work full speed. The Japanese guy that sold me this, that said he tested everything, didn't test it very well. Anyway, so I've been transferring up a storm. I literally just set this to go and I walk away from it. I just let it do its thing and hope to come back and not have my tape eaten, and it hasn't happened yet. So far so good. I love these discrete 4 RCAs out. You don't have to do any gain magic or fader magic. You literally leave everything the way it is. down, 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 all this, right? And, you know, I have a video on the Zoom R20 where I was having trouble gaining staging, and I had to lift the fader, and the guy was like, commenter was like, duh, you gotta lift the fader to get the, it's like, no, that's not right. That's not right. You should be able to gain stage something without lifting the fader, in my opinion. The fader should be your final out before the master. You know, they're like, duh. I'm like, oh, don't tell me Zoom R20 guy. Zoom R20 guy who the only mixer he's ever used is a Zoom R20. Don't tell me about mixers, okay? You should be able to get the gain on your mic, which you can hear on the Tascam Model 24, without lifting this fader, because the gain's up here. This just lets it out over there, Zoom R20 guy. But anyway, with these RCAs, it's a beautiful thing. They're straight out. You don't got to do nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've got them going into my Scarlett 18i20 into channels 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I did give her a little twist of gain. You can see my settings there. And then in Reaper, I just armed 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I just hit record on Reaper and play on that, and I walk away. Now, not to confuse you or me or anybody, the only reason the Tascam is in play is because the monitors are hooked to the Tascam and not the Scarlett, and I was too lazy to do anything about that. So I ran from back here into here. That's the only reason the Tascam's in play. It doesn't need to be in play. So it's just the monitoring. That's all. So yeah, so like what I would do here, let's just press end. I'll just show you. So I'll come up here to Reaper and I hit record. All right, and then I hit play. And here we go. We're recording. And I just lift this fader, because like I said, the Tascam's monitoring. Okay, I'll stop that. And I'll stop that. And like I said, it's chipmunk speed because it's the wrong tape. So all I have to do is come over here to rate. For my setup, 0.5. I'm going to 0.5. If you've got different tapes and you may have to set different, but my rate is a lucky 0.5. Now check this out. So that's how I recorded it some 30 years ago in the 90s. That's the key and speed. So yeah, it's been going. Like I said, I can just set it up, press record on Reaper, press play on the tape, and doing it at a high speed like that's kind of nice because it goes faster. And there may be some noise fighting properties in the speed going faster. I don't know. I think that's why 30 IPS sounded better than 15 IPS back in the day, because you're using half the tape. The fidelity would be like not maybe double, but better. But yeah, so we're having fun. Yeah, I was totally disappointed with this fast forward. Now you might be saying, well, how come you can't do it now? I don't know. It's fast forwarding fine now. Good thing too, because the guy's not getting back to me. I'm like, dude, like $400 Canadian for this. Should be some kind of, like, I was going to send it back, right? I just think, 4 tracks, I know they've gone up in price. You can pay $800, you can pay $1,200. I'm just like, I just don't want to get screwed over. I went for a little walk downtown and I scratched my head. I looked up at a cloud and I said, I just don't want to get screwed over today. I just don't feel like it. Not today, okay? So I'd like my money back. But yeah, that guy is somewhere in Japan fanning himself with $400 Canadian. He's just like, oh yeah, I saw that guy coming all the way down the road. Nah, it's probably not that. If the guy's got 34 tracks, right, and he like services them, he probably just missed it. But again, what do I know? The darn thing's working today. I'm telling you, it wasn't working yesterday. The fast forward was stuck. But, well, anyway, we're having some fun here. I am going to sell this. I don't need a 4-track hanging around, especially not with JHS Josh Scott's 424 pedal coming out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, and Josh Scott, JHS, he's not the only one to do it. several people have taken the 424, basically like this part of the 424 4-track, which is a famous 4-track, and Josh Scott's put it in a guitar pedal. So, you know, along the lines of this tape emulation here, this is the Rupert Neve 542. It does 30 IPS and 15 IPS. Do you know what I'm talking about? IPS is inches per second. It's how fast the tape goes, right? So this is a tape emulator for like reel to reel. Well, Josh Scott and a few other people, now that I researched it, there's 3 or 4 guys have done this. They just take the gain circuit of the 424 4-track, put it in a pedal, so you can run that through your guitar, you can run that through your vocals, your drums, whatever you want. Mike over at I Love Recording doesn't need such a pedal because he's got so many cool 4-tracks and stuff around that he can literally just run his sources through the gain stage of his own tape machines. I suppose I could do that on the XR3, but I don't exactly hear anybody going, the XR3 is legendary. I don't hear it. I remember this machine from the mid-90s because my buddy Carl had one. Me and my other buddy, we had X26s. Carl's mom came along and bought him the XR3, which was newer than ours. But you know what? In hindsight, maybe not as good as our machines. But, well, hey, this has been Quest for Gear. And if you like watching me buy things off Reaver and getting screwed over, then this is the channel for you. And you need to like and subscribe because I get screwed over all the time.